New Mexico's nastiest legislative campaign ever ended yesterday. In a couple of months, the winners will go to Santa Fe and find themselves on camera, the governor's camera. Members of her staff now routinely take video of lawmakers at the Capitol. She says there's a good reason. Many of lawmakers in both parties disagree. News 13's Katie Kim has both sides of another roundhouse ruckus on tonight's special assignment.
From lawmakers headed to the links, to a bit of fun with the wheelbarrow, to heated hours-long debates, cameras in the roundhouse frequently capture lawmakers working hard and hardly working. New Mexico's 112 lawmakers are used to those cameras, catching their every move and every vote as they make crucial decisions that affect all citizens. But it was a new set of electronic eyes watching that is making some lawmakers very nervous.
You got it, smile. But you don't smile?
This is video of Senate Majority Leader Michael Sanchez, recorded by a staffer for Governor Susana Martinez during a Senate committee meeting in January. After she took office last year, Martinez, who ran a campaign on transparency, directed her interns to record all floor sessions and committee meetings and post the video to her website. Even though the legislature already live webcasts most of its proceedings, the governor says meetings weren't open enough, so she spent 10 grand on new equipment to do it herself.
Allow them to have access from their homes as to what's happening in Santa Fe during these hearings and meetings, etc.
Martinez admits the move wasn't popular with some lawmakers from both parties.
Well, we just want to make sure we get you the way you got us. Okay. Do you have a recording?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, too bad.
Sanchez didn't know the camera was actually rolling until we showed him. Why did you do this?
Well, the individual that was recording us was in our face, first of all, and I just wanted them to know this is how it feels. If your every move is going to be recorded, how do you like being recorded?
Sanchez wasn't the only one the governor's cameras caught.
Would you mind if I take a picture of you?
What was the thought process behind that?
I wanted to take a picture of that because it was a news item for me. I wanted to let my constituents know about that, and I put that information on my blog.
Whether it's being done for intimidation purposes, whether it's, I find it juvenile. I just find it juvenile.
The governor says her reason to turn the camera on lawmakers is to put them on record. You see, even though the legislature streams proceedings on its website, those can only be watched live as they are happening. The videos are not archived anywhere for people to watch whenever they want.
It's such a large state. People from all throughout the state weren't aware of what was happening in Santa Fe, and I wanted them to know what bills were being considered, who was arguing which way, for or against.
But lawmakers we spoke to say this is about politics, not policy.
We're suspect in terms of how they want to use those, those recordings.
Senator Sanchez says his concern is that the governor wants a record of which lawmakers are voting against her, so she can turn around and use it against them.
We've always been able to express our opinions without fear of retaliation. And that's what this administration is trying to get the word out, that if you dare buck us, if you dare go against us, then you better be ready for what we're going to put up against you.
Lawmakers say the legislature has plans to archive meetings in the near future. But until that happens, the governor says she won't back off.
If you're going to be an elected official, you need to be held accountable.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
It is not just the legislature. Martinez's staff also records and archives meetings of 8 boards and commissions. The cost of all this video work is about 40 grand, which comes from the governor's office budget.